What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Project Ozone 2 Kappa Mode. Oh yeah, guys. So we are closing in on the end of our long stretch of road to try and get to the Infinity Catalyst. We still got another extreme crafting recipe to go, which is going to be a little crazy. I'm currently in the process right now making some elven quartz. This is one of the ingredients that we need in order to make this work. So I think, yeah, you know what? We should make a recipe for this. I just got done making a recipe that turns quartz into mana quartz by dropping it into our mana pool. We search mana pool here and see all the different recipes that we have for all these different mana items. So yeah, 1 stack of nether quartz equals 1 stack of mana quartz. Now again, you can change the name of what these things say just by renaming your interface. So yeah, my interface is now renamed to mana pool, so I know that these go to the mana pool. All right, so we have that done. So the quartz that we're doing right now, elven quartz, we need a recipe to turn those into a block, right? Okay, so let's do that. I think I already had the recipe set up for the mana quartz. Yeah, I already set that one up. All right, so let's put this in here somewhere and make a stack of the elven quartz blocks. Where do we want to put that? I don't know. How about right here? Seems good. All right, elven quartz block. We want 64 of these guys. There we go. It costs 256 of these elven quartz. All right, so we can put that into here. So we are filling out quite nicely. I did put in the block of mana quartz there. Elven quartz is second from the end right here. So there are 3 more quartz blocks that we need to insert into this. And those 3 do have EMC, but we've never crafted those before, so I was going to wait. So let's do those now. So in order to craft a block of lavender quartz, we need nether quartz wrapped around an alum, wrapped around a pink tulip, or a peony. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm not a flower guy. Or a lilac. Okay, so I saw that we didn't have any alums, but I did see that there is a recipe where you can turn a blue orchid into that, or you can turn a poppy into a blue orchid. We have poppies in the system, so I just ran those through there, and then I EMC'd those. So we have, like, I don't know, 1,600 of those in the system now. We don't even need that many, but that's something we have in there. So yes, we can make this stuff, no problem. Except there's a problem. No problem, fixed it. All right, so there is these guys here. So there is blocks of lavender quartz. So these are EMCable, like I said. So you can kind of throw those in here, fill up our inventory full of these like we do. Yep, we're going to want a lot of those. This, again, I don't know if we're going to set up like a crazy thing in the last millennium for all these different EMCable things. We probably will at some point, but we're not going to do it right now. So let's turn this off. I don't really need this many of them. Okay, so there is a lot of these lavender quartz. We'll put all of them except for the one in the system. All right, so now the next one is red quartz. I think that's what it was called, red quartz. And yeah, block of red quartz. So that is red quartz. So that is redstone wrapped with nether quartz. Easy. And there is 2 blocks of that. And again, we will EMC this, so we have a decent amount. And that's going to be good enough. We don't need like a crazy amount of this stuff. What am I doing? I don't want to click those in there. I want these all in my inventory. We want those out of my inventory, and then I want these in my inventory. Okay, good. So all the red quartz should be taken care of. There. Okay. So red quartz, done. The final quartz piece is sunny quartz. So that is regular quartz around sunflower. Again, we had some sunflower in there, so I already EMC'd those earlier. Now we have 6,083 sunflowers. That's a lot. I don't think we need that many, but we have that many. It's fine. All right, so let's make this recipe. We'll make the blocks. We'll grab a stack of nether stars since we're out of EMC in the chest. So there's that, there's that, there's that. So now we got a whole lot of the sunny quartz ready to go. Pull those out of the inventory, those in, there we go, ready to go. Awesome, okay. So now sunny quartz can go right here. So now we're down to, what is that, 5 items remaining for this. So what are the first 3 items in this row? That is a redstone infused stick. So that's an induction smelter recipe, 20 redstone plus a stick. Wait, what is that called again? Is that a red stick? Redstone infused stick. I think I had to make one of those before for one of these recipes, but I never automated that. So let's get that going now. So we need redstone, 20 redstone. We're gonna need a processing pattern and a stick. One of those. Okay, so this plus this is going to equal, that is one. Yeah, you get one of those. Okay, so now that we have that recipe there, let's just come over here to our induction smelter. Do we not have one available? Oh, that might be a problem. I might have to make, nope, we got one right here. Okay, so that's done. I forgot that we had an additional induction smelter over there. Redstone infused stick, this. Okay, so there's that. There's that. Induction smelter. All right, so we need to make 63 more of those. We can easily tell the system to do that now. 63. Do it. Yeah, and that's kind of a fast recipe as well. Nice. All right, so we can craft those whenever. They are auto-craftable. We're ready to go. Moving on. So now we have to make the 4096K ME gas storage and the 4096 ME fluid storage. So that requires a 1024 ME gas, which is a 256 gas and a 64 gas. Do we have any of those already pre-made? We have recipes all the way up for the 64K gas. And you know what? We were storing gas on these discs before, and I decided not to do this. Can I not take these apart? I guess you can. It just doesn't show the recipe to do that. Gas. So I will take all of these things out of the system. We're going to break these apart and reuse those 64Ks. I think one of these might have stuff on it. Yeah? No? One of them wasn't stacking. Maybe it was just partitioned or something. Okay, so yeah, we can take all of these guys apart, reuse those 64K components, because I don't think we're going to be storing them on these discs at all. Where we're storing them right now in the ultimate gas tanks, I think that's more than enough. Okay, there we go. There is 10 of those. So now we have to make a... Whoa, moving around too fast here. We have to make the recipe for those. So we'll do gas storage. These... Yeah, those do have EMC on there. So we just have to make the one, and then we'll be good to go. So 64K turns into a 256. So make that recipe. So the 256 turns into the 1024. We can't click that because we haven't made those components. But what we can do is take our 256, click and drag and fill out the recipe like this. Yep, and then make that pattern. And finally, the 4096, same thing. We'll take the one previous to it, click and drag and just fill out the pattern here. Perfect. Okay, so now that's done. The fluid storage. Yeah, I don't think we even did any of the fluid storage yet. Gas storage component. All right, well, let me just scroll down here, see if I can find them. I like trying to keep those kinds of things together in the system, although it's not always possible. Where did I put the... There they are. Okay. So this is the other part of the gas ones here. Nice. So we need a 4096. ME storage component. Yeah, we want the ME gas storage. Okay, so that's going to require 742 logic processors because that has to craft up, what, 729 ME gas storage. Those are EMC-able. Okay, so let's make one. Make this a lot easier on ourselves and on all of our processors. Perfect, so we'll do that. Okay, so now we'll use far less of the logic processors. So try that again, 4096. And let's make one. So now it's only going to use 13 processors. It still has to use 243 calculation. Is that because of this one, the 4K? Yeah, that doesn't have EMC. None of these do, except for the first one and the last one. That's fine. We can go ahead and craft that all up. We should have everything available. Go ahead and start that recipe. Most of this stuff should craft up pretty quickly. Yeah, all these processors are already made. It's just the actual crafting that has to go through. I think it has to make the quartz glass is what's going on. That might be our only slowdown right here. But yeah, that's going to be pretty awesome. So now we can take the one that we're going to have here in just a second and EMC that and have a whole lot of those. Okay, so that's done. So 4096. And then it is a 4 million EMC per. So we're going to need a few stacks of nether stars to make a stack of those. And you know what? I forgot to put those in the system. Dang it. So if I did 4096, if I told it to do this again, oh my goodness. Yeah, I forgot to put all those in the system. Yeah, that was a derp on my part. Oh well, it's fine. It's fine. So yeah, 4096. We have those. We need the stars. And I'll have to do the same thing here with the fluid one. I'm not gonna let you, or I'm not gonna make you guys sit here and watch me craft these again. We just did it, right? So that's a lot of stacks of nether stars that went into just 60 of those, right? That's not a whole lot of these things. Okay, let's try that again. We'll do another inventory full of these things so we can have at least, well, we want over a stack of these so we can EMC them later anyway. All right, there's another 60. Okay, so we have 57 of those remaining. We have our stack of the gas ones. That's the first slot, right? Yep. All right, well, let me do the ones for the fluid storage. I'll get all the crafting patterns set up for that, and we'll be back, guys. All right, guys, so we got all of these things set up here. Yeah, we have all the quartz, we have our sticks, we have our 4096 fluid and gas storage components. So all that's done. So now we're down to 2 items. We have the awakened draconium and we have the eternal singularity. Yeah, this is going to be quite the project. So awakened draconium, I set up an auto crafting recipe for this, but we can't quite auto craft it. But I have a pattern in here set to have everything in there that we need for the awakened draconium. So we have a resurrection stone, 4 glowstone, 12 pillar quartz, 4 diamond blocks, and 8 charged draconium. You only need 4 per ritual, but then you need 4 additional charged draconium to turn into the awakened, right? So all of that stuff is in here. So we need 64 awakened draconium. So we can tell the system to craft 64, right? So that tells us everything that we need. Oh, you know what? I don't have a recipe for the pillar quartz and I don't have the draconium in here. Okay, so I did take a whole bunch of draconium and I turned it into blocks earlier. Let me turn this thing off. Okay, so this is inactive. This will no longer charge stuff that's in my inventory. I don't want to charge any of these blocks. So I put in a lot of draconium in here and I smelted it all out into blocks. Looks like we have some partial stuff remaining here. That's a full block. All right, I think we're good now. Cool. All right, so now we have all of this draconium. So the system shouldn't tell me, hey, we don't have enough. We should have plenty of that. Let's also make the recipe for the quartz. Yeah, this is the recipe that I did here. The resurrection stone, glowstone, pillar quartz, block of diamond, charged draconium blocks, right? Okay, so let's make a recipe for the pillar quartz. So I believe that's a regular quartz on top of each other. Yeah, that makes pillar quartz. A very simple recipe. So we just need to add that to our system and then that recipe should go right there. Should be fine. Okay, so awakened draconium. Again, we need to make 60 for these things. Now it says everything is here. So it's got to craft a bunch of wyvern cores, a bunch of draconic cores. We have everything ready to go. Start. So that should start crafting things up and putting things in this inventory when it is complete on each of these recipes. The longest part, I think, is charging up this draconium block. We're currently doing that over here with an interface on our flux capacitor bank, which is probably going to be drawing a heck of a lot of power right now. We might run out of power before this thing's done. But yeah, it just puts in the blocks here. They charge up, pulls them out. Very, very simple. Oh my goodness, that is drawing so much power. We really should look at getting a better power supply here. Like, this hasn't been an issue at all until about right now. Are we gonna have enough power for all of that? Like, how many do we have? Okay, so it's got to do 3/4 of a stack still before we are done here. Whew. Okay, we might run out of power. I might have to cancel this craft and let things charge back up. Oh my goodness, we're out. No more power. Okay, so now it's going to be charging it pretty slowly. We got to wait until the big reactor gives it power for each individual one of these things. I was afraid that the applied energistics system might turn off, but I forget the applied energistics in this system. Oh, it did turn off. Uses very little power. I guess it uses more power than what we currently are providing it though, so it couldn't stay on. Another thing we could do, yeah, it's probably going to be blinking on and off. I think that recipe probably stopped. It probably forgot what it's doing. Oh no, it still says that we have it. Another thing we can do is add in the energy core things or whatever, like the battery packs that store power 4 applied energistics. That might be a thing that we will do here. What's going on in this one? Is it still putting stuff in? Oh, I guess it is. I really would have expected that thing, since that turned off, that it would have forgotten the recipes that it's doing over here, but I guess it still remembers what it's doing. Okay, that works for me. So those are out of there. That's powered back up. Is it done? It still says there's 4 more that's got to do. I don't know if it's going to be able to recognize to do that or not, or how this is working. But anyway, let's go check our chest and see what we got over here. There we go. Looks like the recipe just now completed as I open this up. Cool. So we need 16 of each of these. So 1 stack of these the charge stay here. Everything else goes with me to the end. To the end. All right, so I need to kill the dragon 16 times. It's very, very simple. We could, I think I've mentioned this before, we could set up an RF Tools builder block to build this out for us every single time, but honestly, it's not that big of a deal. So instead of setting it up in like the crazy nice looking pattern, I have just been doing this recently. It doesn't have to be in any particular order. The only reason why it has to be in the way that it shows in the book is to make it look nice. But all you gotta do is just that. Just as long as they're around somewhere, and right click this thing. All right, and then we can, I think most of the time, 1 or 2 shot the dragon. Hey, look, some XP from the last time I was here. I think if you get in the face, it does more. Okay, well that took a lot more than 1 or 2 shots. I'm not sure why it took so much. Anyway, I'm going to do this 15 more times so we can get the hearts that we need and then make the awakened draconium. And we'll be back, guys. Alright guys, so I went ahead and I killed the dragon 16 times and I just exploded all of the charged draconium that we had into this awakened draconium. The system is still looking for that awakened draconium to complete this recipe that we set up here. So if I put these right here, that'll complete it, I do believe, or I could just cancel it, whatever, it's not that important. But anyway, auto crafting completed. See, that was simple, setting up the auto crafting for that. Okay, awakened draconium, we need the full stack. And that goes right here. Perfect. All right, so now we're down to 1 extreme crafting recipe remaining, and that is this guy right here. So these are the singularities. We were looking at this previously. We made a neutronium compressor here in order to make those singularities, right? We've given it enough time where we've gotten enough of the neutronium ingots. We have 1472. Now I was looking at this, was it yesterday or the day before? I can't remember. And I saw that we had 1024 ingots in the system. And I was like, oh, that's a nice even round number, 1024. Well, not really round, but you know what I mean. Anyway, it turns out we hit the limit of the amount that the compacting drawer can store of these things, and we were backing up. So I don't know how long we went, but each one of the neutron collector things was full of 64 of these guys, a pile of neutrons. Yeah, so we wasted a little bit of time there, but I have put in, I think, 4 upgrades, or maybe all 5 upgrades, so we'll never have that problem again. Anyway, so we need to take those and fill out this recipe here. I don't want to do all of that with just 1 neutronium compressor. We could do it, but I'd rather not. So let's try and figure out how many of these compressors we can make. Let's do these things right here. So what are we missing? We're missing the block, the tough rods, and then these plates. Let's try and make 4 more. We'll do a total of 5 of these compressors for right now. I think that'll be pretty good. So let's do 5 of these blocks. Okay, so there's that. We're gonna need the tough rod, so we can do that here. So we need 2 per recipe, so we need a total of 10 of these. Actually, no, I think I was gonna do a total of 5, so we only need 4 of those. All right, so let's do 8 of these tough rods. We might do more of these later, depending on how much of the stuff we have remaining. Okay, so that is that part of the recipe here, and now we need all of these plates. So we need 14 times 4. So is that 56 more plates? That's a lot of plates. All right, so that is 6. Let's check out these ingots. Yeah, let's just search for ingot. That'll get us where we need to be. Neutronium ingot. All right, let's take a whole lot of these out of here. All right, So if we put that right here, we make as many plates as we can. Well, there's 14. That's what we needed for one craft anyway. 54. We're getting close. We're getting close. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. We do that over on this side. All right, so we need 2 more large plates to complete that. And there we are. Okay. This is not forming the recipe because blank. Why is it not forming the recipe? Neutronium tough rod. Neutronium block. Am I missing something here? That should be it, right? Neutronium large plate. Is it just there but it doesn't show? Why is it not working now? I am confused. I feel like I'm missing something very obvious here. Cobblestone framework, crystal matrix, flux crystal block, compressed dark iron. Okay. Well, give me a moment here. Let me figure out what I've done incorrectly. Maybe it doesn't like doing more than one of these at a time. Maybe it's only got to have like one of these, and we'll be right back, guys. All right, guys. Well, I couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong for a little bit, but we got to figure it out. Neutronium compressor. Yeah, these were cobblestone frameworks, not impulse hoppers. So yes, I made up all these cobblestone frameworks, which is fine because those are EMC-able. So I can convert those into other things. It's not that big of a deal. Impulse hopper, though, we have those crafting up, and that's going to take a little bit of time because it has to make Franken zombies. So it is taking Z-Logic plus soul vials with zombies and then turning into the Franken zombie. Yep. Anyway, so that's going to do its thing over there. So we can make 4 more of these things now. No problem. I should probably get these out of my inventory before something bad happens. So here's our 5 neutronium compressors. I moved the other one over here. And then we have 5 energy condensers, MK2 up there. All right, so now these are pretty much ready to go. So we need some nether stars. I don't really know how many nether stars we need, but we are just going to go and fill up each one of these things. By the way, the sand that you see flying at me right now, that is being auto-crafted over here in one of these things, but it's because of our item dislocator that it like pulls those items to me, even though they're like not real items. Yeah, that's one thing between Applied Energistics and Draconic Evolution, which kind of sucks, but you know, whatever. Normally, I'm in the center over here, so no matter where I'm auto-crafting, it's not that big of a deal, but now that we're kind of closer to this tower right here, I guess I can tell the system to make, I don't know, like couple of thousand things of sand, so it'll flash right here for a little bit and then it'll be gone for a while after that. We won't have to worry about it. But anyway, so we want some more nether stars. Let me go ahead and get that out of here, that out of there. I'll just continue filling up our inventory full of these nether stars here and putting them in each one of these things. Now, what we're going to be doing is converting these nether stars into different blocks, and those blocks are going to go into the neutronium compressor, and the compressor is going to compress them down into the singularities, right? So we have to do this a few more times. This will be definitely a thing that we want to get automated a little bit later on, because I definitely don't want to have to keep doing this every single time that we're going to do something. In fact, it might even be a thing where I should grab like an interface providing stars and just pipe them directly into these things. That might be a thing that I do here. But for now, just to show you guys how this is working, let's just get it done like this. Okay, so there's all those stars. So we want to take a look at our eternal singularity. So iron, gold, lapis, redstone, nether quartz. So iron block, gold block, lapis, redstone. I can't remember if that's the right order. And then nether quartz, I think is what it was. Redstone, let's make some of these just so we have some in the system. Okay. And then nether quartz block. Now we could just craft the nether quartz blocks and put them in there, but it is so much faster and easier just to do it this way. So iron, gold, lapis, redstone, and quartz. So the gold looked like they used a lot of, yeah, that used 5 stacks of stars to make this many blocks of gold. So we're gonna have to keep filling this one up full of stars. It might be a thing at this point in time where we look at making items that provide more EMC per item. So the stars are pretty good, but there's way better ways of doing this. So if we do MK2 again, we can grab one of these energy condensers, the MK2 one. We're gonna want demon steel. So the demon steel gets progressively higher and higher in EMC. If you put too much EMC at once, it kind of like overflows the chest and you lose out on all the additional stuff. So I think demon steel of the 7th is the highest amount that you can put in there, so one stack does not overflow it. So I think what we're going to want to do is make a whole bunch of these demon steel of the 7th magnitude. That's 15 million EMC per item. Yeah, so that's a lot of EMC. So what we want to do is probably like a interface, something like that. We want more translocators here. Okay, glowstone, like so. Interface, we want ME glass cable. ME glass cable. All right, so there's that. So here's an energy condenser there. Interface here that's actually connected to the network through this facade. We'll do translocator here and here. Glowstone on this one. Then we need stars. Just a stack of stars. We can provide that through multiple slots, I guess. Would be fine. I don't know if that really makes a difference or not. And then we can pipe those into this thing here and tell that to make demon steel. Okay, so now we're converting all of our nether stars into demon steel of 7th magnitude. Now we're not wasting these, we're just converting EMC from one thing into another thing. So a stack of these is 980 million EMC, a stack of these is 9 million. So it's like 100 times better to use the demon steel of the 7th than a nether star, right? These will just last a heck of a lot longer. So we're probably going to want to convert all of our nether stars into these and start using these for mass quantities. We'll have to set up an auto conversion to do that. Right now we have millions of nether stars backlogged. 17 million nether stars backlogged. But yeah, we can convert all of those into those demon ingots, and that's fine. So we'll probably want to extract out of this thing back into here so we have those available. So I can do that with just an item conduit. We don't have to go super fast because I don't think we're making stacks at a time. But yeah, we can just go ahead and do this. Extract, always active, and then insert back into here. Don't know if that's going to keep up. It doesn't look like that's keeping up. So we'll probably have to do the upgrade. Speed upgrades. We got 15 of those. Like so. Okay. So now we should be extracting those way faster than what we're making them. Perfect. Okay. So instead of doing all the nether stars into here, we can start doing demon steel of the 7th magnitude. By the way, we still have to make the other demon steels all the way up to the 11th, I think. We have quests for that, but we have not done that yet. Okay, so now we can put all this stuff away. Demon steel. I will go ahead and start taking some of these. Now, if we ever want nether stars, we can convert those back into nether stars. Since they convert one way, they will go the other way. I'll put demon steel of the 7th down here at the bottom of each one of these. We can turn those on and start creating our singularities. Okay, so it'll go through the stars and it'll start eating into these when it's done. So let's press the buttons here. We're doing stacks of blocks at a time into each one of these. How fast is that using the stars? Man, look at how fast it is just nomming those stars. It's just going away. So it just used that stack of the demon steel. It's going to be a while before it has to use another stack of them. But yeah, we'll keep those in there. This one in particular is going to need a lot. So we can see that this is making thousands of blocks of each type. When this is complete, when it gets 50 million or 50,000 of these blocks, we'll get one. I think we need at the minimum 44 of each particular singularity. There's one. All right, so yeah, we need to do this so we get multiple of each type. How are we doing? So it has not used any more of these demon steel of the 7th magnitude. Okay, Yeah, so this is gonna take a bit of time. As you know, we need like what, 30 of these? What is that? That's 9, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33 different ones of these to go into this. Yeah, and we need like 45 minimum of each type. It's gonna take a little bit of time. So I tell you guys what, we're gonna go and wrap the episode up here for today. I got some stuff to do off camera here. I'll try and get all of these done for next time. We'll look at getting those eternal singularities done. Then we still have to finish the rest of the recipes for our wand of animation. We still have to go to the Urbis and defeat 2 more antlion bosses. Yeah, we need 2 more of those soul crystals or whatever those are called. There's still a little bit more to go in this whole process, but we are reaching the end. Also, I just remembered that a couple of the singularities go into the recipe for the wand. So we need, I'll probably just get a stack of each different type of singularity just to make things easier. Eventually we'll get these things automated and we won't have to worry about it. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on the episode if you liked it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.